Hello and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. So today we're on stage 15,332 and we are headed, well we're not headed, Nick. I'm mixing up my videos. We're looking at the Sky Castle to admire its completeness. Now, of course, in 1.3.2, we're hopefully going to get a 4th level. I'm very curious what that'll be. But let's get started on Expedition. So I'm going to hopefully remember to do this correctly. Okay, nothing special here. And as it's Wolf Day, should be a very quick one. I already did Portal. I didn't advance in Portal because, I think this is the actual Portal I could advance in, but I did not want to suffer through that, to be honest with you. Well, not really suffer as much as it just takes a really long time. And there's just not much of a reward for doing it, unfortunately. If that counts as suffering, that counts as suffering. But I mean, I feel like it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances, honestly. And we're almost done with the wolf. I do need to remember to buy the 5 additional tickets, and we're going to roll them over for the dragon. And finally. Alright, very nicely done. Okay, good. We managed, and we of course have our 5 tickets for Expedition and Portal to roll over tomorrow. Let's head over to Astrology. Oh, okay, getting some rune seals already. Very nice. And we do need to make sure to recharge this. Again, the only reason I only recharge the ancient coins is because I know I'm never going to run out of them. That's one thing I know I'm not going to run out of, so that's why let's just recharge. Let's go. And nothing really special here. I mean, we did get some rune seals, but not really. And we do need to level. Yeah, we're just going to keep leveling the Viking chick. I do believe she deserves it. And wow, she's almost 6,500, so we'll just go down the list, get everybody to 6,500. That apparently isn't going to take nearly as long. And we did reset the Hero Pass today. We're about to go look at that. I just ended up resetting it. It was in the middle of the day. I mean, we've seen this. And since I have all the heroes, it's not really even interesting who I pick. I just pick Evan. And that's about all of the rewards. And oh, we need to level the castle. Of course, I'm not going to spend all the gold on the castle. Hey, we get 57,000. Okay, but we are going to save some because, of course, we're going into Total War. And if you remember from yesterday, we are actually having... Our archers just aren't strong enough anymore. To the point where I have to send people into Ice Mine 2. So we're going to start going through Ice Mine 2 then. Some of it is my fault, but I'm not, like I explained, I'm not going to do the gear shuffle. It's way too tedious when I have the clear option of other paths I need to pursue anyways. And as I stated before, I do believe it's better to progress all the paths, especially when the reward is lower, than come back and do it later. So we'll just be doing that. And again, once eventually ice is going to get too hard, and I'll switch into the last one. Now, we started with 9 out of 150, so I would expect us to end this with 33 out of 150. And it's going to be quite a grind until we get to gold 2. It is interesting, though, how few heroes I have that are what I would consider um, wor- worthless isn't the right word. I actually don't know the right word. That may be a problem in and of itself. I don't want to say worthless, but underleveled because because I've been playing the game so long. We've gone through phases where all of the different heroes were useful in their own niche. So a lot of them actually are leveled. And again, I don't remember. I think this is the last we'll do for Ice 2, and then we'll switch over. Again, as this is a 1000 stage, even without gear, this is pretty much a steamroll. Honestly, part of the reason, too, I do this is because I don't want to spend tons of time in here. I'd much rather do some easy stuff, move forward, and kind of split the load a little bit. What I do hate the most is that I keep having to reset the zoom. Oh, we are... Okay, we made it up here. Oh, this is 13,000. I don't know that we'll have enough umph for this. Well, I guess we'll find out. This might have to go back to... Might have to go back down. I didn't realize we had made it to 13,000. I knew... I should have known. We're in the 12,000 stage. You know, what am I thinking? Well, Leonidas is getting destroyed. Raven did hit him first, though, I thought. Raven... No, Raven didn't pick him up. That's the opposite of good. Alright, well, at least Marion is going to slow things down. Yeah, but again, see, we're just not putting out enough damage outside of our archers, I think. I don't know that we're going to have any success here. And this is... Everybody on the support side does have gear. The only one that didn't is Leonidas. So we may have to be sending these back to... yeah, it looks like this is going to be a wash, and we're going to have to send them back. As far as lightning, I have pushed lightning as far as I can. And so, I'm going to wait to start farming these until down the road. Yeah, I think this one's going to be a wash. Like, even you can see the archers here. They're not really doing much. So that just means we need to do 4, and then which is fine. Now, a lot of people in the Discord are actually taking a different approach than I am. They are farming lightning and working on building up the amulets and all that. And don't get me wrong, that's certainly a valid approach. I just feel like it's better to, especially when we're getting a smaller amount of rewards, to go ahead and spread it out and advance all the different paths. And again, this could be the wrong approach. This 100% could be the wrong way to do this. I'm not going to pretend like I have the right way. Again, especially for this one, I think is only worthwhile to Sophia. And I don't know when you would ever equip the warriors with the other one. I mean, they'd have to dramatically change the value. You know, like it'd have to become more than double. I think it would have to probably be, I don't know, 6, 8 times as much as the other one to have value. All right, we're gonna try one more time here. Nope, not Brian. And if this fails, then we'll just do 5 and 1. I think we should be able to do this with these heroes, at least hopefully. I might have to replace Evan with somebody like Camila. Well, the archers at least do damage now because of Gabriel. It's very difficult to know how to progress, I'll say that. And of course, I wouldn't say we're in trouble, but the fact that we can't debuff the bosses, I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's just the boss. Well, I mean, we're not doing anything here anyways. Unless Vincent moves around. Or Roderick. I mean, shoot. Well, that would make sense. We're basically at the point where it's Sophia or bust. And it looks like it's going to be a bust. Alright, that's fine. I just need to remember that only the last one will be able to push, and that's perfectly okay. So we'll go back here. And again, I do expect criticism of my strategy in the comments. That is, but again, let's just see how this goes. I ask that you at least keep an open mind. Personally, I'd rather advance everything. I feel like I do feel like they made a mistake, slightly, with Total War. And that is, I feel like ranking up should, at some level, say, hey, you need to do more than just one path. Okay, now hopefully we can go back here, and we should be okay because we have Sophia for this one, and all our big hitters, and we will just push through. I mean, and it really didn't take much for us to get the Flame Fortress to this level. Like I've stated before, I do believe this mode was intentionally designed so that you would take your weaker heroes and advance through the easier stuff with them. And then take your stronger heroes and push up one path. Again, it's going to really be interesting how sweeping works. That's the other reason why I'm just advancing things for now, because I don't know how sweeping is going to work. Based on how sweeping works, I might change my entire strategy or modify it at some level. But again, I'm certainly seeing the limit that once you get to level 7, it's basically turning into Sophia or bust. And that there's not much else your other teams seem to be able to do. Now, I can do things like move the warriors around and change them a little bit. I did kind of save up all the heavy hitters for this. But again, this is 1300, so I don't know that would really change things. One thing I would really like is an additional support hero. Or either an additional support hero or lowering. Well, I don't think lowering would help. Because the warriors, it just favors doing this. So again, since we're already here, we're just going to turn right back around and use the same heroes. That rather than like go switch all over the place and go back down. We'll just use the same set of heroes and just do the same battle twice. And then we'll switch back for the other 5 battles and go back to the cold place. If I remember correctly, I think I started running into trouble like this around... what was it? Maybe Fortress... I think it was around 10,000 when my approach really stopped bearing fruit. Like where all my heroes couldn't advance. So that is something to keep in mind. And again, I will be remedying this in the future. It's a very unfortunate state of things. And again, I'm using state of things kind of loosely. But where I was at with building my equipment, believe it or not, I'm actually limited by boots. I was looking at that earlier. I'm limited by boots of all things, because usually you end up with more boots than you need. Which is why I'm suddenly limited in boots, because I'm trying to avoid, the inevitable, which is I'm going to end up with tons and tons and tons of extra boots. So in my attempt to avoid that, it's just the timing of Total War comes at not the most opportune time. And it's taking full advantage of my excess number of boots. I mean, my lack of boots, I'm sorry. My strategy has a lack of boots, and Total War is taking advantage of that. Ideally, I was going to have 100, like I said, 100 of the swords, the helmets, and all that. That was going to be enough for me to get, I want to say like 11 sets of 5-star mythic gear. And I was going to be like, that's great. Now, granted, it won't because I'll need shoes, but, I was going to advance all the way up so that, to 15,385. So then I would have the shoes. I would get the shoes just in abundance from where they are, because that seems to be what happens when you get that high. It wouldn't be immediate, but over time I would end up with tons and tons of shoes. That said, like I said, Total War kind of threw a wrench in my plan because by Total War coming out when it did, I'm like you've seen, I'm still working on the helmets, so it's kind of put me in a bit of a pickle. That'll be okay. And again, like I said, feel free to criticize my approach in the comments. As I've stated, I'm optimizing for drops. And what I mean by that is when we get to higher and higher drops, it's going to be less and less viable, to push the older levels. And what I mean by that is if you're getting 3 drops, it's more of a waste to fight down here. I mean, and it is a waste than it is for 2 drops. So this is a waste, but assuming we actually use this becomes less of a... And I could be wrong. I could also be wrong that this is never useful. Like, even Sophia would not benefit from this. And if so, oops. But there's also a lot of optimization when it comes to the awakenings and things like that, because basically you want to get awakenings that only have DPS stats. You don't care about stats that aren't DPS stats for awakenings. You really don't. You don't want any non-DPS stat awakenings. So there's going to be a lot of re-rolling those amulets because you're going to want to get attack percent, flat attack, crit, and crit damage. I don't think you need crit defense. I mean, accuracy, if you're pushing really high, might be useful. I don't know the dodge that, how much dodge things have. And for defensive stats for like your warriors, if you want, more, if for some reason you do need more survivability, your best stat at that point is dodge. With high enough dodge, they get hit 1% of the time, and that gives them an extremely high amount of effective health, much more than defense will or anything else. But still, as warriors are now offensive units, you're mostly going to want the same things: attack percent, which you get by default, then you want to roll plus attack, and you want to roll crit damage. There's no two ways about it. That's basically what you're going to want to equip every hero with. But I don't know how Awakening works past the first handful. So again, it's going to be a surprise when I get there. I haven't seen too much data on the Discord. I actually should check that to make sure I'm not lying. And I'm still disappointed some... that Nick left, actually. He was a great guy. I was really hoping he would stick to the game, And I know you probably heard that before, but I mean, damn. Damn, do I miss him. Yeah, right now, basically, there's a trifecta, which is attack increase, and crit damage. So you're basically going to want to farm that for everybody. And basically... Oh, whoops. We need to do a recovery. And we are at least progressing with... And I'll say this. The other reason I'm not upset about doing this is because at least it simplifies how much time I'm spending here. That's one of the things. Like, I feel like this mode could be way too time intensive. And especially now that we have a strategy where we know, only the strongest team can go do the hardest one. So that makes it very simple for me to come back to, like, Ice Mine 3 and just push through, get the easy wins that take no time, and the biggest, that's the biggest thing to me, is also reducing the amount of time this takes. I still want to be efficient, and you could argue I'm not being efficient by focusing on earlier levels, but again, I feel like there's got to be a reason to progress all the elements. And if there never is, that's a big mistake by Stormax. And like I said, I feel like it's better to do it now when I'm only getting 2 drops, not 3. I actually don't even know when 3 drops happens. You know, I know it was in here. Yes. 3 drops doesn't happen until Platinum 2, so there's 150 battles to hit Gold 2. 250. Wow. Oh, but Gold 2 does give us an extra res, it looks like. Let me verify that. Yes, it does give us an extra recovery. So at that point we'll be doing 30 stages instead of 24. And eventually, Diamond 1 will require that I get to stage 17,000. That's interesting. But that is, fortunately, that's a long ways away. And hopefully by the time I get there, and that's interesting. Okay, I'm assuming I'd still be able to progress, so I'd need to get, and it's 750 battles, so there's that. That's on my side too. 750 battles. Oh no. No, I did not mean to click that. I do think you need to be able to make some kind of teams. Oh, that'd be a really cool feature, wouldn't it? If you could just, you had an extra tab there and you just had your teams filled out. That'd be really nice. So yeah, Platinum, it'll be Platinum 2, which we are roughly 400 wins away. Now, when we get to Gold 2, Gold 2 and Gold 1, if I could talk, both give us 4 and 5 recoveries. So once we get to Gold 2, even though it's 250 wins, we will have 5 recoveries. So you'll be doing 36 battles a day. So even though the battles go up, you are going to have more attempts. So it kind of, but you know, more attempts is sort of a double-edged sword until they get the sweeping thing in, because then it just means things you spend even more time here. Unless you do easy stages like me. And again, I'll take your criticism in the comments if you really think I should, oh no, just focus on lightning and upgrade your heroes. I mean, to me, we're getting close to the point where I will be doing that anyways. I mean, I don't know how much further I'm going to be able to push fire. I mean, it's probably not going to be too much further. And again, what I'll probably do is when we get to that point, I'll find the levels that are very quick. And again, it also depends on the sweep. You know, by the time I get there, they might implement the sweep, and that might change everything too. I'm just hoping the sweep isn't a token-based system, because that'll be awful. That'll be really awful. I'm hoping it's more like, okay, I took this combination and I beat it, and if I sweep here, you know, I take these heroes out because I know I can beat them with this. I think that would be the best sweep system they could do. That would be by far the best sweep system. Like, heads and shoulders above anything else. But like I've said, I do think, especially with how much time this is taking, that a sweep system does need to be implemented. That is not token-based. I want to be very clear. You don't want to tokenize this. A token-based system would just mean, you know, depending on how it works, I just don't like that. I feel the same way about King's Ruin. I feel like King's Ruin should have some way where, especially if you don't advance and you fight the same stages over and over, that there's some way that either the stages are shortened or something to reduce the amount of time you have to spend. Okay, here's our last recovery. Also, if you disagree with the heroes that I use to push, please let me know. Like, you say, oh, well, you know, I think it's better to use Gabriel and somebody else with Sophie instead of what I'm doing is Luke and Tristan. I'm also open to that kind of feedback. Oh, shoot, we maxed out. I didn't even realize. Alright, so, you know, and this always, well, we didn't get much there. Wow, we have tons of books. Oh, but the books aren't even that good. Why didn't we get some orbs? Yeah, Sophie can have an orb. As I don't think anybody else will ever use an orb. We can just enhance this. Oh, we have a bunch of 1-star books. No, we don't have enough orbs. Okay. We have to, do we have, nope, no rings. Oh yeah, of course we haven't been fishing. What about books? Nope, no books of that type. You know. That's not what I meant to do. No, we want enhance. 1, 2, 3. Wait, did I already do Austin? Yeah, Austin and Christian both are done. Okay. Yeah, we can just go down the list at this point. As I'm not really focused on awakenings, I can just kind of feed everybody. Now, one of the things I have heard is that most people are going for 2-star uncommon. At least from what I remember reading on the Discord, most were focused on that. I am surprised at how many artifacts were racking up pretty quickly, especially with running out of storage space. Oof. I don't know that I want to eat my green books yet. How much space is this? Oh, I overfed that one. Does everybody at least have a green book? Nope. Alright. Oh, darn it. Ugh. Again, at this point, I don't know what to do besides go down the list. Like, we only have 3-star green books, so everybody gets 2-star. Yeah, I imagine there's going to be a lot to come with this system. I do wish there was like an auto equip, some sort. All right, now we're down to 1-star. But I mean, we're almost everybody should have a 1-star at least. Okay, that's everybody. All right, everybody at least has a 1-star book, so that's good. That means I can use up all these books with impunity. Oops, don't need that much. Alright, well, we have actually cleared out most of our space, so that's fine. We can go back to teleport. Alright, so, okay, we just recovered, so we were coming in here to do this, and we were going to take you. Yep, that's our team. I'll say this, with this pattern, at least things are quicker. And again, to me, quicker is, with the amount of reses and stuff we're going to get, quicker is very important. And not too much. Well, you know. There we go. We can hear the sounds of combat. I don't want to hear those right now. We'll hear plenty of that in King's Ruins, even if it's sped up. It certainly is an interesting change of pace, though. I will say. And if you approach it this way, it doesn't seem to take too long. This is a little bit longer. This is 30 minutes, but it's an interesting 30 minutes because we're doing new things. And again, once we get the sweep, shouldn't be a problem. And Sophie, of course, she just does her job so well. This guy cannot dent our castle. I do want to ask, I do need to make a list of things that we need to, I know Pharaoh made a list in the Discord. I just with everything going on, like, I had the internet guy out today, just trying to fix my internet. It seems like it's good now. So, improvements all around. That was a pretty chaotic day. It is interesting, like, the tools and stuff they use, because he had a line tester, so he made sure the line I was using was still good. It turns out, one of the things you don't want to use is one of those, at least from what he told me. I do need to independently verify this, but it does make sense. Those cheap little female-to-female connectors, he said, are terrible. He said, I didn't even notice this when I first looked at your box, but it was probably the female-to-female connector that was giving you a lot of issues, rather than changing one of the cords to be a female end. So you can put a female end on an Ethernet cord and then plug another Ethernet cord directly into it. And I have that issue because the cord that they gave, it's so weird. They ran an Ethernet cord in my box, but they didn't make it long enough to actually go into the modem. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to say. You waste all that time, like, wiring your house, and then you don't even wire it in a way where the ends are useful. What a shame. Ooh, a 3-star necklace. Okay, that's very nice. Alright, and now with just everybody left, we're just going to go back. I can't imagine we have much left here for the ice mine. I do think part of the larger design goal, too, was to make it so you actually split your heroes up based on element. But as you can see, I don't really respect that at all. We just kind of do what we can because we can. And yeah, like I said, at least this ice mine is going to be pretty quick. We're going to get a bunch of books, good food. It's not the best food for our equipment, but it's good food. And we'll be done with this pretty soon. Another thing I think they should consider is making the tiles a little bit smaller for the heroes. I'm also very interested in the kind of criticism I'm going to get for my strategy. I mean, again, I'm not too concerned because, like anything is going to be a long-term thing. It's more important that you do, like, all your battles every day and stuff like that than, optimize it to a ridiculous degree, in my opinion. Oops, not you. I am so pissed about my equipment situation, though. Honestly, on my alt account, I'm changing it because now that I know how bad the equipment is, they're stuck. They're not stuck, but I parked them on stage 5600, and so I'm just collecting. I'm not even upgrading equipment until everybody has a baseline set of equipment for them. All right, well, we at least made it to the second stage here. Very nice. I'm happy with my performance. And that's who matters, me. I also had to go through and actually level everybody on my old account. They're a minimum of 200 now. But again, it was much easier for them to get equipped because I just don't actively like min-max everybody's equipment. So we did our 24 battles. We're 33 out of 150, exactly where I expected. And we're a little over a fifth of the way to gold 2. As I said, it's probably going to take us, yes, exactly 5 more days. And then we will actually reach gold 2. So a lot of good stuff to come ahead. And now remember, I thought this was going to take so much time to do the runes for Christian. But remember how quick we went through all this yesterday? And you know what we ended up with? Not a damn thing. For all our summoning and runes and runing, we managed to get 1 upgrade for Sophia. Christian, I think, failed like 3 times on upgrading his stuff, and it was maybe we got 1 here too. And we get it to +8. We got it to +8, so we only need to get it to +9 to move forward. And let's go check Sophia. Okay, we didn't get enough here. We did get this one to +6 yesterday. So, edging closer and closer with Christian. And we're getting actually sort of close to where the summoning is capped. Let me actually see if that's still true. Okay, so we do have a 4-star. Oh, good, and it's the only one is 4-star. So we have 3-star crit dam. So that means 2 stars the defense penetration. That means what do we have for 3-star? It's 3-star, I think, accuracy and crit damage. So again, one of these will be good. I think it's this guy right down here, and that leads us to attack. And obviously, having a 4-star summon with only attack is very good. And then, can we actually see what the final one is? No, we can't. So the next will be 3-star epic. Okay. But we're getting closer and closer. And again, part of the reason Christian had such an easy time is because Sophia doesn't do crit dam. So she didn't go down this path at all, so there were a bunch of extra runes there. She did have to do this one, so I won't have nearly as many runes here. But then we'll just be continuing the path. I imagine... Oh, damn it. I'm actually spending more time theorizing on what we're going to do than actually... Well, it's whatever. 18 will be these. Okay. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. I don't actually know when I'll be able to swing back to Austin, because Austin is the next one who's getting ruined. And he will be, he obviously, I haven't ruined him very much. I never... Damn. I didn't even get these done. Well, we do have a huge pile of magic dust. That's very nice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to worry about dismantling runes anytime soon. That said, once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. If you have any questions, please say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.